to impress me, pulling out all the stops, making my head dizzy when you tell me what you want. I just wanted you to see me, never thought you'd notice. Thought that you should know I'm already sold, so never let me go. You had me at a la la la.
TOKAY SuperTeam.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everybody in between and all over the world, it is my pleasure, my privilege, my prerogative to welcome you here to this wonderful second round matchup in the mixed division. You see lining out ahead of us, Eurotrash taking on the TOKAY SuperTeam, and that man with the backpack on his back and brought this team together, Stefan Rapazzo, who was supposed to be cleaning up to mark up against the Eurotrash captain Ravi Vasudevan, but he hasn't. Some would call him a coward. Well, maybe that's what I'd call him. I'm Lorcan Murray here in the booth. What would you call him, Francis?
I'm gonna go with yellow-bellied sapsucker.
I feel like that is not quite harsh enough, but we'll work on that as the game goes on. It's very important that we give all of these players the proper adulation and discreditation that we can. As here come the super team, looking to get things off in a super fashion. Let's see how they do. Litter with talent, Slusta centers it into the middle. They're looking to move quickly, wants to find Eklund, does. She gets in the center across to Tom Tullett. That is Cupcake, so sweet, but that time it's not quite arriving. And a big D block early on for Eurotrash. They pick it up, here they come. Ready to rock, ready to roll. Just about able to get that into the middle, and there's a lovely leading pass all the way down. Grant takes off, he's looking for the end zone, Stutter stops. They send it, Mickle on Grant, and the councillor can't collect. And that election has been blown out. So, relative unknown on the European scene. Jimothy Mickle, I believe, Francis?
Yeah, maybe an Australian player, I think.
I may play Colony. I think I recognize him from Colony's silver medal run. Of course, the real star of that team, Tom Tullett and Kochner. Nice break into the middle and to the near sideline. So, after an early turn, can Super Team get themselves back into it? Finds Lusta in the middle. So, taking their time, working that disc. Lots of unders. Lots of conservative play, slide overshoot, can somebody get there? Almost rescued, excellent defensive dissuasiveness.
See Liam Grant's taking a bit of a break from Ultimate, he's trundling around the field, and an amazing Callahan. Tom Tullett, just with the read right there, he tips that reset throw, and what an amazing pickup. A blind D right into a Callahan.
Showing their versatility, showing their strength. Very nicely done.
We get a replay on this. Cupcake gets his eye on it, and those Gardner gloves just wrap around that disc. Just leaves it at the front of the end zone. I did my job, now you do yours. What an amazing opener from Tom Tullett. What odds would we give Steph Rapazzo on Ravi X-Ray Specs Vasudevan?
Low, I would say. It's kind of like a battle of common denominators. Guys who put the team together, surrounded themselves with talent, and are hoping to siphon off some of that glory. As we see, there he is, the glory himself, Stefan Rapazzo.
Tognetti with this big spin pull.
So here come Eurotrash. This is their first offensive point. So they put in the work. Vasudevin on the sideline. He wants somebody. He finds, he almost finds Tara, but can't connect with her. And immediately coming right back at you. Walczak with the disc. And it's going to be lightning quick from the super team. They don't want to mess around. Their first game against Pelt, they were able to work it. To Molnar. Back to Walczak. They slowly get more attuned to each other. Huge hand block. Incredible scenes. Eurotrash refusing to bow to the established names. I'm told they're established. I don't recognize them from the super team.
Walczak, of course, mostly known for her, she has I don't want to say a reliance, but she definitely has a stronger backhand than forehand.
Is that a second Callahan? Is that Tognetti with a Callahan? No, he's right on the end zone line. They're not going to give it to him as a Callahan. He goes for the pop over the top, and it can't be stopped. 2-0.
Well, Eurotrash are getting the Ds, but their offense is not able to capitalize on the other side. Tognetti with a near second Callahan. I think I've only seen 2 Callahans in a row once in my life.
Go on.
Well, it wasn't on me, but it was on my former team, Quixotes, where they were leading, I believe, against Jet Set, and then they immediately gave away 2 Callahans right in a row. Tognetti on crash right there. Of course, Quentin Roger, one of the teammates of Tognetti, he's playing for BFD La Fota. This season, he's continuing to... he's decided to not play for his home team of Czech. He's playing the French Championship with them. However, he is opting to play the European season with Fota. Over here on Eurotrash, by who knows what magic, I'm guessing that Ravi might have been able to recruit him. Eurotrash looking stronger than they did last year. They've got some bigger names. I find that
personally offensive. Let's see if they can find their way into this game.
Well, I was about to say stronger despite the presence of Liam Grant.
He was on both teams. Was a supplementary player, and there again. Is that another Callahan?
Just a Molnar layout D in the lane. Molnar jumps the play using that world-class speed of his, the Slovakian. Super team are rolling right now. And I believe that's Rina Kawabata with the David Bowie hair. Molnar just peeling off right into the lane. Great layout D. Safe as houses on the counterattack. I believe that's Rico, Eric Becker with the immediate pickup and throw into the end zone. I'm tempted to say the French big man, he's not actually as tall as some of his teammates, but he plays very big. Of course, many titles and championships on all throughout this super team. Former Eurostars, World Games players, and up-and-comers as well. Walczak with her big pull. That one fades right out of bounds, though. Let's see if Eurotrash can stabilize the ship. Looks like X-ray specs, Ravi Vasudevin himself into the center of the field, being marked by Becker.
And Becker, another one of those up-and-coming talents looking to establish himself, develop a bit of a name. This young proving ground super team. Vasudevin under immediate pressure, forced to go back. So they're still cycling it around in the backfield, this Eurotrash team. A team of friends, compatriots, big bid, absolutely nothing, and then Roger rips one. He's looking for the end zone. He's got bodies, 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 and it is collected on the other side. Incredible stuff. Tara with a quick pop back, and it's a goal for Eurotrash.
And again, the up-and-coming star from France. Not a great throw from him. He's an ambidextrous thrower. Opts to throw the inside-out lefty backhand right there. I think that he's probably not happy with the decision that he made, but...
Look, you got to be happy with the decisions that work out.
A goal is a goal, right?
A goal is a goal. Now, if we look at who is lining up, we have another replay of that big shot all the way to the end zone. So many people there, absolutely fantastically read and taken down.
Good read, and then Tara, the Estonian national team, or she plays with
Tartu Turbulence.
Yeah, also plays for the Estonian team that was here last year.
A very strong rising power of a team, and a compatriot of her Estonian team and Tartu Turbulence, Jakob Tam, is cleating up for the opposite team at this tournament.
We'll see what Eurotrash pulls out here on defense. We'll see if...
How will they deal with the omnipotent presence of the man who brought the super team together? You know, he just wanted to help elevate these young, unknown players, give them a large stage to perform on. Stefan Rapazzo, you've got to send it to him straight away. Slusta, what are you doing? Get it to Rapazzo. Or instead, they keep moving it around. They're more experienced players. They're looking for Eklund downfield. It's going to be a tough grab for a lesser human. Right outside the end zone. Goes to the scooper off the top. Wants Rapazzo. Doesn't get anywhere near him. And in the end, that is a very impressive block. Nicely done. Great heads-up awareness.
Steph Rapazzo, obviously a household name. Occasionally practicing with the French 4th Division team, Zigers.
Those Titans. Down the line. They're really stuck on there, so can Trash capitalize, get a much-needed break? They don't want to let this game run away from them, but Rogers sneaks in and takes that one. Rogers, one of the really young stars of the Irish Ultimate scene. I'm not too familiar with him, but he's making himself familiar with that Eurotrash O-line right now. And there it is, the first pass to the man himself, and it's exactly what we all wanted. Liam Grant, Stefan Rapazzo, what a matchup for the ages. Turn off every other stream. Stop all the clocks, put out the lights. There's nothing else to see in the universe. And there's a little bit of contact downfield. So that one's going to come back.
Yeah, Ferdy Rogers, I believe, might have won with this small team. Ranelagh?
Never heard of him.
They beat some other unknown Clapham.
Must be from England. Liam Grant sends it back in again. Rogers, he's trying to sneak in. Big hammer over the top. Lots of space. Nothing but Liam. And he gets the score. There's the break, and Stefan Rapazzo is hoisted by his own petard.
Liam Grant showing that he can do more than just trundle after Jimmy Mickle for an entire point. That was a good read from him. I love the suspicious shot. Liam is calling for it, and then it goes up. Good read, good adjustment from Liam.
It's a great throw as well. So you can see it all starts with Liam. He gets that dump, and then he just keeps on going. The Chancellor will see you now.
So Eurotrash, I don't know what their result for their first game was.
15-6 over Alicante from Chile.
All right. So similar margins of victory for the two teams. We're going to see both of them probably plow through that in the first round. Well, I imagine that Super Team is obviously the favorite side here. We'll see how seriously they're going to take it and how many scoobers they're going to throw.
I feel like the more scoobers they throw, the more seriously they're taking it, Francis. That's certainly my approach. Big run all the way down. You love that hunger from Ben. He wants to get involved, get on that D side. Big shot, Super Team wasting no time, but there's body oddies in the way. That is a comfortable takedown in the end. No one really able to dissuade him. A good defensive help from Trash.
I think it's actually Cash. Cash, familiar with Joe White, had to face him in the French final a few years ago when Steph Pato himself recruited White for his Isno team. Some argy-bargy. Looks like both of the players are comfortable with that level of contact.
I am uncomfortable with you using the phrase argy-bargy. Who taught you that?
Hours and hours of watching rugby. Hours and hours and hours.
It's a great sport. World #1 in rugby right now?
World #1 in terms of titles?
I think in terms of, your heart.
Both of my heart teams broke them in the quarterfinals last year. France and Ireland both crashing out, creating the perfect circle of losses and wins.
As the Eurotrash, hoping not to crash out themselves. That one floated over the top a little bit. All able to get it back into the middle to Limerick. Now Yang on the near side. And she wastes no time. She wants to send it, but all she's able to find is the Decrana, and he's chasing right after it. He wants to finish. He goes the leading pass, but no! Absolutely not. Great heads-up awareness by Limel. Goes all the way down the line to Piper, and it unfortunately pips her. There's the leading pass. Right outside the end zone. Super team. They won't want 2 bites of this cherry. There's the scooper. How seriously do they want it? You gotta say, very seriously, that was Zoo finding Jakob Tam.
Tim Tam Tom, he gets another goal. The man from Estonia, he has quite the stats line no matter what tournament he goes to. Plays a very key role on his Tartu team. Good jumping the lane from Lando de Kran.
Lando de Kran known for being a real team leader in terms of emotions and spirit, perhaps not so much the throwing. And you can see their relative unknown, the American import Angela Zhu, getting bailed out by Jakob Tam.
You know, you got to develop those young American players so that
That's why they
come
come
and play
over
with
here
the
to
real
Europe,
stars.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're over here to really learn how to play the game the way it should be played, and as Europeans, we're very welcoming to that. See the rain starting to come down, the wind, a slight iteration this late morning, coming from right to left, almost gently caressing us as we enjoy our time here on the fields.
Speaking of an American, Maria Castillo with the pole, a Mexican import. Lives in Belgium, believe has a Belgian passport.
Plays for the Belgian national team. He's one of their leaders at EUC last year. Huge shot! Sending it. Roger wants Tara. And he gets her. There's the burn down the field. Tara thinks about it, puts it back in her pocket. Plenty of bodies coming around for the dump. Eventually it's Vasu Davian. He doesn't think about it for very long. And snap, crackle, crash for the goal.
Great point from both Tara and Kash. Tara having a good read. Kawabata a little bit blindsided by that, but I think that those outside ins are really kind of a nightmare to defend, when, especially when they're blading into that soft space on the break side. The defense is not going to be able to catch up, and usually has a worse read on it as well because they're not underneath it.
That's the jiggle we're looking for, baby.
Patso himself with the megaphone.
And the mega plays. We can't wait to see him break them out. 5-3, this game pretty close so far.
Sorry, I might have to be on the shelf.
Not nervous at all, Rapazzo. He says he's got plenty more ideas on the shelf, just like his playing career. Well, they might need something bespoke to finish off this Eurotrash team.
Liam Grant exiled from the field.
Like he was exiled from Lahinch County Council. This is a big, big line.
And
Pull near or far sideline, about halfway, but Tullett wants the brick. Okay, so the Aussie is going going to start things off. He has just about every throw you can. Down the line to Eklund. And this is comfortable by the super team, as Toby the Krana might be familiar to Americans, perhaps less so over here. And a nice swing across. Beaudry back in, the Krana. Tullett. Surveying. Doesn't like the undercut, understandably. A lot of pressure on it. Rogers gets considerably more free from Limel. Wants to get back into the middle, does so. Beaudry. It's going to be a bit of conversation. Olya Kochanova, a remarkable athlete. Trying to stay as close to Beaudry as she can. Not an easy assignment, Francis.
Not one that I would want to take myself. One of the things I think on this super team is the question of where they're going to put the throwing responsibility. There's a lot of creative throwers, and we'll see exactly who's going to take on the risk.
Tullett throws, goes, stops, and shows to get it back in the middle. And now the Krana and Tullett just playing with each other, but not actually gaining any yards. So that's a little self-aggrandizing between the two of them. Beaudry shows up to actually help them get somewhere down the pitch, and they do so very effectively. And there's the pop to Rogers for the score.
Yeah, and as you said, not really doing much between Toba and Tullett. It looked like they were just playing catch for the sake of it. I love doing that in mini, but maybe in 7-on-7 you'd like to gain a few more yards, actually score a goal. Fortunately, Beaudry was there to fill in the slot. Good discipline from the stack, though. Oftentimes with teams that don't know each other as well. So we see the little dad backhand from Tullett, and another dad to finish the point.
And what are you seeing from the Eurotrash side that you'd like them to switch up as they try to fight their way back into this game?
Honestly, it's kind of hard to pinpoint where they've had success on getting their turnovers. Definitely with the small movements, it's very hard to play one-on-one against a team of this caliber. All the super team players have those little agile movements and those the technical ability to put the disc into small spaces. See a brick here. So I would say trying to switch it off a little bit more or slow down the motion, trying to put on the brakes as much as possible.
We'll see how they can switch things up. Once this point gets going, that's Roger with the disc. So quick under. That's taken in nicely by Kochanova. She gets the dump swing back into the middle. And Roger is there. Down to Joji. And another one sent through, but Tara has to go extendo arms. Can't quite get her fingers around it. So now Philip Molnar, I think might also be playing rook at this tournament. And the Kran looks for Valchek, finds her. Back to Molnar, who just takes a big shove in the back from Vasudevin. The most knowledgeable man in Ultimate. Getting a little unspirited. And that was sent around looking for Tognetti. Roger got there, but just a split second too late.
Teammates having that battle once again. I think Tognetti wants to show Crash who's boss.
It's a violation. Gonna have to wait a second. You can see Crash was just trying to sneak into a more advantageous position before the disc got restarted. Instead, Super Team goes straight down the line, and it ends with Lander de Krana. Great goal.
Lander doing the airplane over Ben. I believe he's on defense there.
So you can see the Tokay Super Team starting to really feel themselves here. 7-3 up. They're pushing things out.
So obviously those chemistry problems, not an issue right now. I think that the Super Team showing their superpowers. Cutting through these defense like butter. terms of other matchups, we have Guayota playing Zoom, and Pelt playing Rainbow Brigade, Germany Mixed playing Tiki Taka Ultimate Dubai. And in terms of other interesting ones, just find one. We got Murciélagos from Spain playing Euphoria. Euphoria earlier on the earlier stream versus the Swiss national team.
We'll see how they can do from here. Right now, you gotta think TOKAY SuperTeam coming here for the gold.
In terms of competition, I think that there's obviously the Australian national team. There is France as well, who are very athletically tuned, and I think that they're maybe even stronger than they were last year.
Really?
Perhaps.
That is quite the statement to be making, Francis. I like it.
We'll see what this tournament brings. Of course, France last year had one of the odd runs. They lost to Italy in their quarterfinal, hoping to repeat a windmill, back-to-back windmill victories. Weren't able to make it, and had one of the greatest parties that France Mixed probably has ever had at a tournament. As in, they showed up to the party.
Which, you know, it's a low bar, but you still got to step over it. Limel with the disc. Tam goes to take away the around. He responds by going straight down the line. Happy with the options available to them. Not trying to force too much. There's the backhand arcing, and it's a great score. Very comfortable by Eurotrash. Ladies and gentlemen, that was pretty trashy.
Kosh wasn't even on that point.
It's a trashy with a T.
Ah.
See, it's easy to get mixed up. It's easy to get mixed up, Francis. But that's why you're in the booth. That's such a consummate professional, such a leader.
Must be the language barrier, I'm sorry.
Okay, it's just an Irish accent, calm down. As we have another look, that's a fantastic backhand all the way across. Very nicely done.
Eurotrash finding some space in the center. That break really opened up the field for them. Is Tognetti out on the field? I'd like to see that battle between him and Kosh go back and forth. Or maybe we can get some Eric Becker on Quentin Roger. That would be a flashback to the early days of Kosh when Becker used to play for Czech.
We're getting way back here, like 2018. Of course, Shaq
perhaps
there
even further.
had, back when it was the 3Bs, Becker was one of them. I believe, or that might have been somebody else actually. I don't recognize anybody on this super team outside of Stefan Rapazzo and to a lesser extent, Slusta.
And James Mickle as well.
James Mickle, you say? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if he was so good, why isn't he playing for the American national team?
He's got better things to do.
Like come here to Windmill and actually have fun, because you're not doing Windmill right if you're using it exclusively as a warm-up tournament, unless you're also warming up your social life. That's why it's the premier tournament, I would say, in Europe, but also the world. Ogre. And they are coming right back at them. It pops out of the hands of Slusta. Okay, Eurotrash with a chance for another break. It's not beyond them.
Those gloves working overtime. Or not.
Undertime as it would be. It's a real debate on the validity of gloves. One to be had another time as Terry gets the disc. As Garvey sees him, hits him. He floats that around. That's a confident take. Back into the middle. So Eurotrash getting these dumps off, but not really getting anywhere else. Forced to go with an ambitious flick over the top, and Roger is carried out of bounds. Great pressure from Tullett.
Garvey with an interesting throw choice.
Getting a little bit too Eastern European with it that time. And there's the leading pass, and it's taken down on the opposite side of the end zone. Very nicely done.
Joe White never wanted to shy away from a spike. Do you know him?
Joe who?
So he played for Good actually.
Okay, I've heard of them, the French team.
Yeah.
Okay, well, fair enough. He can make Good. He's got to have some moves. Why isn't he on the American national team?
Playing for Good, I guess.
Yeah, you got to make your picks.
Or maybe he did it all with Isno and he decided that was
That's
enough.
it. He reached, like, why take a step down from Good? Who would know? And why take a step down from watching top quality ultimate content. There's nowhere else to see it, nowhere else to be it than here at Windmill with us and ULTI and ULTI.TV. So thank you so much for joining us. We are going to take a short break as it is halftime. TOKAY SuperTeam 8, Eurotrash 4.
Inside. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, Christina! Hell yeah! Woo! Yes, I love that Joe Christina connection. So good. You got Abby, and she got 2. 3, 2, 1. It's only 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Up!
You didn't see that throw coming?
No, I did, but that wasn't my person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she was free.
Right.
And so then I went and covered her.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Here we go! Yes, super team!
It's only like narrower than normal?
Yeah.
Why? Because they have...
I'm Steph Pazzo, and I must eat.
Sometimes commentator, sometimes food eater.
On my ultimate...
Stefan Rapazzo must eat, and right now his super team are feasting. 8-4 up on Eurotrash. 2 pickup teams that come to this tournament to bring friends together to have a good time. One with, should we say, more legitimate ambitions to go to the top, Francis?
Perhaps. Again, French national team.
I'm not saying that they're guaranteed, but out of these 2 teams,
Yeah.
but the French national team is your obvious pick to win this division then.
I don't know if they're going to win. I do think that the early stages are going to help Super Team. It's going to help them develop their chemistry and figure out what their roles are on the team. And honestly, I think that the French national team, I saw GB earlier, who looks, I don't want to say unstable, but they definitely looked like they were trying different things out. And so GB, France, probably really just looking to get their systems in place. They've got their most important tournament in 3 months, so they don't need to worry about winning here. It'd be nice.
It'd be nice. A little feather in the cap.
Yeah.
Feather in the beret, as the case may be, I suppose.
I don't think anybody wears a beret in France anymore.
I know a lot of people I don't care for who wear them outside of France. And here comes Eurotrash, starting off with the disc to start this second half. Roger. And that's a light zone. It's match downfield, but just some poaching into the lanes. Now they feed Vasudevin. That forces Becker to come in a little bit closer. And there's the run-through block. Fantastic stuff. And that's the super team talent. They're able to just put you under pressure so consistently. Rogers somehow corrals that and then hits Tam on the front corner for the quick score, 9-4. And you got to say this game's starting to run away from the Eurotrash.
I don't really have much to say. It just looks like the super team was more athletic on that point. They were more committed to taking away the under. Vasudevin took a tough decision, and the super team defender was there.
Something they are so adept at is just those one-to-one matchups, and then they can use their strength, their speed to come through and get some big-time blocks.
Beckel doing his jumping jacks on the mark, and then afterwards conducting the offense. He's not actually playing for Isno this year. Had a baby in, I want to say July. And, well, his wife had a baby, and in addition to that, he is working on reconverting into being a doctor. So he is doing a lot of work right now that's preventing him from going to practices consistently.
Give a shout out to the young unknown, Charlotte Schall, who got that run through block.
Who's she?
I'm not entirely sure. I don't think I've ever heard that name before. But, you know, someone to maybe keep your eyes out for, perhaps. We'll see. Might just disappear into obscurity after this tournament.
I think she's playing with an up-and-coming team, actually. BFD Shout from Bologna.
Have they lost several finals to Yaka? Or am I thinking of somebody else?
Thinking of maybe the right person.
Okay.
Or at least one. At least one.
Just going over my head here, Francis. I'm not really sure. I'll take your word for it. BFD Shout, you say?
Yeah. Check them out, man. They might be a superpower from here, I don't know, the next couple of years, I would say.
All right, I'll keep my eyes out. I won't keep my hopes up, but my eyes out! And you want to talk about keeping things up? Look at that layout grab from Limerick. Getting low. Like Flo Rida was in the building. That's a nice break, but bounces off the hands of Schwer. And wasting no time, there's the deep shot immediately. It's going to take something sensational! And they're putting the super in TOKAY SuperTeam.
Great throw from Isno to Isno.
Was it?
It was a great spectacle from Isno to Isno.
That's what we're here for. Super Team, we were to put on a spectacle. Rather than Stefan, who just is a spectacle. Look at that, making scenes.
Joe White, obviously learning the better part of his ultimate here in Europe, playing for Isno Good.
Pinnacle of his career, like you said earlier.
Yeah. Universe point victory over Czech in the French finals in 2022.
Pinnacle of a lot of people's careers in French ultimate. Classic Noisy Lesec versus Pornichet battle. I'm very curious to see how both those teams approach the European season.
I can tell you a bit about that if you'd like to hear. Czech are taking it very seriously. They understood all of the risks and rewards in their first few European tournaments, and so they came in hot and heavy. They won Grenoble Spring Invite, and they've been playing pretty tight. They beat Clapham at Tom's. Isno were not quite sure about the risks, and they are, I believe, just outside of the European ranking for qualifying for EUCF right now. They were trying to work out lines, working in some new players, and so they had a slower start than Czech.
We'll see if they can pick it up. We'll see if Eurotrash can pick it up themselves. Vasudevin gets into a power position. He launches it. He's looking for Garvey. Garvey's got the Krana on him. Gets bobbled and zooms in and steals it away, but that's going to be an uncontested foul. The Krana cut Garvey's legs. Yep, seems like it's an uncontested agreed foul, so Garvey will get the disc front of the end zone. Lots of people around. Let's see if he can do anything with it.
Garvey, the man himself, one of that Salaspils championship, part of that Salaspils championship team in 2019.
Since then, he is plying his trade with Eurotrash. This is third Windmill with them. Vasudevin looks for Tara, front of the end zone. She's right on that cone. Some would say the doorstep. Trying to walk in the house. For now, just circling the building. Roger, Vasudevin. Vasudevin looks to send to Tara again. She's just too quick. There's a score.
X-Ray Specs putting one on the board.
Seeing through that defense.
It's pretty easy to see Tara when she's wide open, which is most of the time.
Hard to miss Tara. You know, just throw it in her vicinity. She'll work it out from there. It'll be fine. So you have another look. This was the big throw all the way down the field. Was hoping for something spectacular, but there's the contact. That is still a pretty great grab by Sue, in fairness.
I think I might even count that for a fantasy D point if anybody out there is playing.
God, imagine how frustrated people would get with Ultimate Fantasy when like huge plays get called back. That is the key to making a sport commercially viable, though. It's enable gambling on it. Once you get all those degenerates wasting their money on what is, empirically speaking, a sin, then you start to, all of a sudden, you get like a player base. You generate revenue, and really, like, enough of this like semi-pro leagues and stuff. What we need is someone to create a Frisbee gambling site. And honestly, I think that's the way to professionalization.
All right, let's put this Vegas odds on that.
Let's put Vegas on. I can't do the plus 100 minus 450, whatever all that shenanigans is. I will give you 5-1 odds that Eurotrash can come back into this. Not win, come back into it. Finish within 3.
Okay. Okay. Obviously, those points are very important for the algorithm that we're going to see.
And you got to imagine scoring high on the super team, big deal.
Yeah, this super team, I think, is going to have a lot of different looks. They're going to have a lot of their way with a lot of different teams. If Eurotrash can keep it close, that will obviously buoy their ranking into the later stages of the tournament.
So that was James Mickle fielding the pull, gave it to Baudry, Baudry to Tognetti, and Tognetti sends it right back to Inishka Baudry. A little bit of conversation downfield. Oh, almost stealing through is Andre, but he couldn't get there in time. Soon marked by Piper as he gets back to Declana. Baudry. And then Shield corks one, rips it. Looking for James Mickle. Liam Grant's in the area. Can he get the better? That counts as a D. That counts.
Close enough. Great positioning from Liam Grant.
First of all, he gets the incredible score over Stefan Rapazzo. Then he follows it up with a block on Jimmy Mickle. Can anyone stop Liam Grant? Obviously, apart from the voting population of Lahinch and the surrounding area.
See what he can cook up on offense right here.
Big expectations. Can they get out there? Krasovsky. Oh, the stall count was getting higher with every second, and Tognetti just slams the door in his face. Super team looked to come right back at him. Krasovsky didn't like that, but he'll have to accept it as he gets broken for the goal. Declana.
Small victories, though. Liam Grant still maintains his 1-0 lead over Jimmy Mickle.
I think you retire now, right? Sorry,
Stop when
Jimmy
you're on
Mickle?
top. James Jimmy Mickle.
Oh, right, of course, I apologize. Look,
I think his middle name is Jimmy.
Look, this is probably everybody watching's first introduction to him as well, so just so we can be clear. So we have another look there. That was a lovely throw, in fairness, by Tognetti. He just read Karofsky's eyes, knew exactly what he wanted. Big hand right in the way. 11-5.
11-5. This is double +1. If this were a European ranked game, it would obviously be a great moment for Tokai to stop playing.
Stop the count. It's a legitimate thing to request. Fans of Super Team might storm Iggy later if they don't get their way. Of course, Super Team, the obvious bad guys of this tournament, despite any propaganda you may have engaged with on Instagram.
Every hero needs a good villain, Lorcan.
Every villain needs a good leader, and that leader is the mad scientist himself, Stefan Rapazzo.
The Lex Luthor of this tournament.
Vasudevan. Back across. I believe that's Ben. Back to Ravi Vasudevan. Down the line. That was not an easy grab. Gets it back. Ben marked by Tam. And centers it into the middle, but still not a huge amount of downfield gains. Just swinging, dump swinging. Vasudevan is putting in an absolute shift under the attentions of Becquer. This swing across the Roger. Is he going to throw up another sketchy deep shot? I'm hoping for a yes. I'll have to settle for a maybe. Terra gets it back into the middle. Becquer was looking dangerous in the vicinity, but not quite. Roger comes back under, gets it just on the sideline. He points, come on, go deep. Somebody, please. I don't like all these unders. Do you have any idea how much more running is involved in unders?
Good movement from Eurotrash, but they are just not getting anywhere. They are working as hard as they can, and they're not advancing.
Big, but Eurotrash still have it. That was not an easy grab at all into Vasudevan. This is better across to Terra. That's a dump swing executed to perfection. Now, can they get it back into the middle? It's very slow for the teams to filter through. Trash waiting for options. Back to Vasu David. Putting in some work. Roger. Oh, that's going to be a tough one to get all the way. That was up. That was up.
That was up, by the way. Thanks.
Lorcan Murray proclaiming, "Why are they booing me? I'm right."
Dubious call. How can I be so brave as to say something like that?
We're talking about gloves. That one just out of the gloved hand of the receiver.
And here come the super team right back at him. Tam to Slusta. Slusta. We saw her smile before ripping one deep earlier on. What was one of the most menacing moments of Ultimate I've ever seen. Shot down. Rogers. He's off to the races. Needs a quick pop in. Goes for the break instead to Tam. Tam's right outside and gets in the door. Nicely shot and collected.
To the young man, Eric Becker.
Becker.
Just made his debut on a national squad, I believe. French Masters national team. I believe that's for people who are so good that they're called Masters.
Right, so it goes junior, then it just goes senior, and then you graduate out of senior once you're ready to become a master.
Exactly.
It's kind of like karate in that way.
Basically. Good pressure. Good pressure from Super Team.
Oh, that was so down.
All day that was up. All day.
Lorcan Murray looking to find himself some enemies in the booth.
I don't need to find enemies. They find me. I'm magnetic.
Looking to
I'm like
looking
catnip to the
looking
villainous.
around to find enemies.
Lorcan Murray continually attacked unexpectedly by undeserved enemies, I believe is how that sentence is pronounced. 12-5 to Tokay. Well, you want to talk about enemies right now. We'll see how Eurotrash respond to the bad guys of the mixed division. I suppose, who would you classify as the villains of the other two divisions? Something to think about during this point as that one rolls out. Limerick pointed to where he's going to pick it up.
To the answer to your question, Canada have always cast themselves as the bad guys of the open division. And I'm gonna say that that's a great villain.
Those are some bad guys that look pretty good. Getting to a 12-12 draw with Mooncatchers in the slot just before this. Interesting you wouldn't say America. Normally excellence breeds disinterest. Or distaste even. Lamel. Krasovsky gets it to Stutz. Ooh, Eklund came in on the poach block, arriving a little bit late. And back across. So this is good work in the handler space by the male matching players on Trash. Oh, Stutz had to get up big for that one. And then cinches it right back across to Krasovsky. Krasovsky to Piper. And you can see the super team starting to just step off a little bit on that mark for the first few seconds. They don't want to give up anything further downfield. Going to be a foul called there with aplomb, shall we say?
Pretty clear strip.
Not an easy pass. Krasovsky able to collect it. It's thrown right into his chest. Leads. Very nicely taken down. Fakes the hammer. Go on, give it to us. Throw the hammer. Piper's open, kind of. Oh, and there's the heads-up poach block by Molnar, and he is taken off. Ain't nobody going to be catching up with him. Will they send it? The Cranon puts it back in the pocket. Rogers goes to the lefty leading pass instead. Or sorry, White even. I get my tall people mixed up. Up to White. Eklund. Rogers. Straight back to Eklund. Rogers keeping it in the backfield. And there's the big shot, looking for White. It's floating. Bodies. Not able to really influence that one, and comfortable. 13-5.
Eurotrash team raising her hand, saying, "What am I supposed to do against that? Come on, somebody help me out there, please."
Please send assistance as soon as you can.
Molnar really good at those poach blocks. He uses that acceleration to burst into those spaces quite well. Shaw rocks the baby and
Eurotrash
just
is cracked.
puts a nice high flick to only where Joe White is going to get that.
Got away with that one, Joe White.
Next time won't be so easy.
You won't be so lucky, I'd say.
Play one.
Looks like there's a question about the gender ratio.
A little bit of discussion. Every point counts, so you know Eurotrash are going to want to storm back into this one. 15-6. TOKAY SuperTeam won their first game. Can Eurotrash fare better than that? It all remains to be seen. And here they come. Roger gets it just about across. Tara. Hadnakuoka turned him down. Tonieri almost gets through, but no, Garvey corrects his cut and closes that angle, gets it to Roger. Roger says no to sending it deep to Martis. That is surprising. Goes to Tara instead. That's less surprising. Oh, and this is great help. Tullett stopped that pass to Roger, but then they get it to Vasudevin, and they are away at the races. And Vasudevin to Helen Tara for the goal. And I believe that makes it 13-all.
Close enough?
Let's say it's 13-all. Mark that up there.
We'll call it 13-all universe point.
Sounds good to me. Stop the count. And there he is, the GM, the Giga Man, the Grand Master,
Cut
the gargantuan mess, Stefan Rapazzo. And he looks to be walking back out in the line. Is he going to play? It remains to be seen.
So is the GM for chess grandmaster? Is that what he is?
I believe so, yes. Yes,
okay.
of course, Stefan Rapazzo. You may have heard him the odd time. He's done a little bit of commentary. As we have another look here, that's actually a great find. Really great continuation play. I think Abby Thorpe was also involved.
Yeah, I guess Rapazzo, one of my favorite chess grandmasters behind Grandmaster Flash, and Bobby Fischer, of course.
I feel like you're very American in your views of grandmasters. You start naming grandmasters, you're not going to name any Russians? Okay.
I prefer a Latvian, Mikhail Tal.
Okay. The hard man of the hard court, eh?
The Wizard from Riga, a title that could be applied to many Latvians who play in this division.
It's very true. None of them on this team, though. Of course, as you said, the experience of Ned Garvey playing with that Salaspils team before they got cut up and harvested for parts by the upper echelons of European Ultimate. Now, Super Team waiting for the pull. Here it comes, and it is a big one.
You know, there's one thing that I haven't seen on the stream that I would love to see, and that is a Ben Tannenwald layout block. And I don't think it's going to happen right now because he's
Ben 10
onto
has
the
got
field.
a lot of different forms he can call upon. Right now he's playing more in the handler space, but you never know. Oh, and there's the miscue. Now can Trash take advantage? Thorpe goes. Somebody send it to her. Yang picks it up. She wants it. She gives it. It's gone. The opportunity goes begging. Unfortunate. Young coming to us from Colorado. Farmer Brown's Tractor Nationals. Might be getting that name wrong. And there we see Jamesathan Bickle. Just down the line. Oh, the big layout block! Fantastic stuff, Alia Kognova. Getting low and getting the tee. And you gotta say, Anushka Vodri has been having her way with the Eurotrash defense all game long. And then Tara gets the goal!
Excellent turnaround from Eurotrash, led by that wonderful layout block.
Jimmy Cantwell gets the pass into Tara, but you've got to give all of the credit to Olya Pashanova. originally from Russia, but playing out of Cyprus these days.
A lot of Cyprus teams?
I don't know. I don't know many Cypriots. But I do love that demonym, and I wish more nations would go with that. You know, a lot of people just go with the ISH, English, Irish.
Cyprus doesn't sound quite as good as
Cyprus
Cypriot.
doesn't sound great. I don't know. Were you a big fan of the music of Cypress Hill? Because right now, Eurotrash going to need to make things a little bit messy, maybe a little bit insane in the end game. As it is now 14, something like 14-7, 13-7.
13-7 with a break from Eurotrash. What? Or were they going to cook up? Let's see if Ben Tanwell can get his own. If he can get on the field.
Yeah, I think that will be a prerequisite for him getting a giant layout D, would be him getting on the pitch.
Somebody needs to get on there and give Ben his PT.
Well, I know Eurotrash, they generally have set lines and then they play 2 points on, 2 points off. Something to that effect, tightening them as required. So how will Super Team respond? Immediately back out. Wants it deep. Good work by Eurotrash to poach into the space and shut that down. But now you have to come and shut down Tam. Closing the gap. Volchek. Oh my god. Terror on Volchek. Exciting. That's a close one. Slusta. Near sideline. Wants to get it off. She's known for her give and go. Tam clears the space up the line. She gets it to Molnar. Molnar gets the swing across to Volchek. That is elite level ultimate being played by this pickup team of relative unknowns. And going with both hands. You like a backhand? Well, I can do it twice. Volchek to, I think it was Slusta with the score.
Slusta. 14-7. Obviously part of that Czech bronze medal team in the women's division.
An incredibly impressive Czech women's team, capitalizing on a lot of talent that came up through those junior teams in the 2017, 2018 years, where the Czechs kind of appeared out of nowhere. Much like Slusta, right there. So the TOKAY SuperTeam. I do think it's a little unfair if you're playing a team and their logo flashes up after every highlight. But I think it'd be a lot funnier if a team is beating them. And like say they sky the crap out of Tam or something like that, then it flashes up. TOKAY SuperTeam.
Well, we'll see if that France Super Team matchup can happen later. We'll see what will happen.
Who do you think? I don't know if Bonnet is here, but you have to wonder who you're putting on him if you're Super Team.
Elliot Bonnet. Don't believe he is here.
There was rumors, and I'm just trying to keep an eye out because there was a couple of.
I'm not even sure he's playing for mixed, is he?
Oh, maybe I'm getting confused with the French. There was, if you look at the rosters, there's like a blank over his number, and you're like, okay.
Okay.
Might be mixing up my French contingents.
He was playing for Open last year. He was not part of the mixed side that won the medals.
I mean, if you win gold at beach and mixed, you're kind of like, maybe we should take the best young player in our country.
Probably.
Before we go to Worlds in Australia and try to win gold. Oh, that one sneaks through. Roger finds Garvey. Back to Vasudevin, immediately back to Garvey. And across.
Ben Tannenwald has the chance to make the layout D if he can throw the turnover first.
Well, that's always a possibility when Ben Tannenwald has the disc. Possibility when anyone has the disc, really. Vasudevin goes with the huge hook. He's looking for Roger. Rogers versus Roger! He gave him a Roger.
That is an incredible grab from Quentin Roger on his homonym, Rogers. Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers. Me and Mr. Rogers. Well, Quentin had something going on with him in that end zone. Big time grab. Let's have another look. This is exactly what I was talking about, by the way, 10 seconds, or about like a minute ago. Vasudevin sees it, sends it. I'm not going to lie, it was questionable. Tam coming on the backside. I don't know if that's the best decision. Then again, why not crash the system?
Kosh putting it down right there.
Are you picking it up at home? We hope you are, and we hope you are picking up a Ulti World subscription as well, so you can watch all this top quality Ultimate that we are bringing you all weekend long across 5 pitches. Where else would you want to be? It is currently 14-8 Tokay to Eurotrash, and we will be back at the end of this timeout.
I'm Steph Pazzo, and I must eat.
Sometimes commentator, sometimes food eater.
On my ultimate travels in 2023, I sampled culinary classics from all across Europe,
Oh, wow.
guided by some of your favorite ultimate players.
That's the Dutch hospitality for you right there.
I'll give you an insight into the secret spots that only the locals know of.
Are these the best schnitzels in Vienna?
Yes, of course.
Yes, of course.
Big time pull, and it is stomped and walked a little bit further along. Anushka Baudry surveys patiently. Ooh. Andre almost stole in and got that away from Tom Tullett. But instead, here come the super team. They want to finish this game off. 14-8. They want to break. Tognetti, far sideline. Keeps it on that sideline, and that throw is just a bit too far ahead of Baudry.
Italian phenom, putting it too far on the inside lane.
And here come Eurotrash with a chance for another break in this game. Krawski had the disc, he sends it down. That's Terra into the middle. Pashnova, Krawski. A little bit of romance in the middle of the field. Somehow able to bring that one in. Abby Thorpe was under all kinds of pressure from Maria Castillo. And tries to throw it through. Tom Tuller recognized what was going on, turned around, stopped that short break throw into Garvey. Castillo, Decrana, Tognetti. And absolutely calling for it. There's the big shot out of the hands of Toby Decrana. And another massive bid. Somebody help her. Baudry just watches it sail by the extended cuticles.
Decrana definitely known for that forehand. And that one too far to a wide open receiver. Obviously living for the spectacle though, the man playing in the newly named UFA.
The what? I think you mean UFOs. Those things in Roswell?
Okay.
He's what, is he?
I mean, I am New Mexican, so I should know that.
That's what I'm saying here, man. Letting down Albuquerque. And let's see if Eurotrash can live up to their name. They're in a good position. They got to march all the way down the field, but every point counts, especially against this super team. If you rank them as highly as myself and Francis, certainly, as he believes they're considerably better than France Ultimate.
Well, they're up and coming. They've still got some things to learn.
Pashnova into Thorpe, Thorpe to Terra. Thorpe immediately planting and coming back. Castillo's putting all kinds of pressure, but getting nowhere. Thorpe wastes no time, sending it deep. Looking and not able to connect. Phenomenal defensive presence by Toby Decrana, making up for that turnover. Oh, that's an injury call. Sorry, I wasn't sure if Cantwell, it's Jimmy Cantwell. He's calling foul, but no, that's going to be an injury.
Yeah, looked like Cantwell just landed too hard. There's no contact on the play itself, so he's taking it off. Now would be the time to put in Ben Tannenwald.
Right, this is exactly where you need him.
Yeah.
But instead they go with Schwerstutzens. All right, fine. One of the better Danish players.
Fine, one of the people who can run, all right.
Oh, sure. Because running's so important in this sport. We want Ben 10. Tognetti to Tullett. And this point goes on. Multiple turnovers. I have to say, Super Team kind of throwing it away a bit. But still, Trash ratcheting up the pressure. Decrana somehow gets the one to Castillo. And a big undercut, a big bit from Roger. Doesn't get there. And now a bit of brotherly love. But it's cut short. Fantastic skying grab by Castillo. Tullett Has options downfield, absolutely wants them. He's looking. And can't find Kawabata on the other end.
Too
which,
far
you know,
for the Canadian.
You feel like that purple light be pretty easy to track. Again, lots of space, fantastic cut, great effort from the people looking to receive the discs, but these throwers.
Generally, a rule of thumb, I think if you out-throw Kawabata, you threw it too far.
I mean, as a rule of thumb, if you out-throw anybody, you throw it too far.
Nah, there are some people who
are just chronically slow. Hey, we saw one of them get a D on Jimmy Mickle earlier in this game, so.
Well, close enough.
It was a D. Rocher. That's a lot of pressure from Lander Decana. Garvey recognizes, comes to help. Back to Roger in the middle. Slightly more space. Does Monkarovsky. He is able to get it across. Koshnova. Back to Roger. Big pass all the way across the Stütz. Far sideline. Dinking. Dipping. I don't know how he got that out. I thought Tognetti was going to hand block that one for a second hand block this game. Instead goes to Garvey, and Garvey to Terra. Koshnova, oh, Kawabata almost jumps in the way. Koshnova sends, shoots, scores, and Abby Thorpe gets it! And a lovely spike as well. Some aggression from Eurotrash.
That spike is dedicated to Rachel Koshnova. What an amazing point for Eurotrash. They are coming back into it. They were able to maintain possession. A couple of fun, creative throws. So the first one over the top from Clash crossfield, and then that second looping one, and then this nice bid from Thorpe, the baseball slide to finish it off.
She stood up so quickly. That is a stylish spike. I'm a big fan of spiking. You know, I'm here for the drama.
How do you rate it out of 10?
How do I rate? Okay, so when you're rating spikes out of 10, there's a couple of different categories you have to come into. So first off, you lose points for damaging the disc.
Okay.
Unless it's exceptional circumstances, like an end of game or something like that, in which case you gain bonus points.
What about an incredible play?
Incredible play, that helps. I also will sometimes mark them up for completely asinine plays that people are over-celebrating. There's originality, there's inventiveness, there's power, there's disrespect is a mark. So maybe you made a huge play. There's obviously moment. So, you know, like a big game-tying play, or you just take the lead, or it's a crucial break score or something to that effect. Then if you turn around and spike it in the person's face, justified, extra points. Unjustified, less points.
What about multi-spikes?
I don't know. I kind of love it. It's kind of pathetic, but I do love it. Which is kind of how I would describe most spiking. It's just one of those things. So, boy, how do you feel about the triple spike?
Triple spike? I don't know. I've never spiked it more than once myself. I usually tend to be a one and done sort of guy, but I think that the multi-spike, it can be fun sometimes. It's fun to heckle people into it.
Yes, it's always fun to heckle people. If you haven't picked that up from our commentary here on this game, as we see the super team scorching their way down that far sideline. White gets the quick pop-off. Thought about getting back up Volchek. Instead, they go into Becker. Becker, White. I think he just wants Volchek. He's just looking at her. And then leading pass to Becker. And then Becker for the quick pop to Volchek. That was just a three-person weave all the way down the pitch for the success. 15-9, and TOKAY SuperTeam take the win.
Just the overwhelming young talent, up-and-comers, beating out the established Eurotrash team. But we will take one thing away from this, Lorcan, and that is that Liam Grant got a D.
On the up-and-coming, relatively unknown Jimothy Mickle. Well, thank you so much for joining us for this exciting, this tantalizing affair. It was only the second mixed round game of this tournament. That was our fourth game of the day. We have got 5 more game slots coming up for you. Plenty of action, all the super team games, which promise to be very, very exciting as you can familiarize yourself with this team of rambunctious unknowns as they hope to make their mark here at Windmill. But thank you so much for joining us and listening to us talk on behalf of myself, Lorcan Murray, and
Francis Dieterle.
Thank you for joining us, and we will see you on the same catch channel next catch time.
See you then.
Tighter, tighter, tighter! No. Yeah. Here we go! Great defense! Great defense!
Rico! Go! Leave it! On now!
Good. Great pull, Fritz! Oh, so close. Hey, that was good. Hey, right here. Let's get a stop right here. Hey, let's get a stop right here. We'll get it back here.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, ultimate.
ULTI.TV.